Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, welcome to Kharak Cup 11, etc, etc. I say this every time, but you get the idea. Back into the qualifier here, we got a match between myself, Bozocow, and TOMcatXENO. Gonna be a Galzian versus Conf, which is a pretty fun matchup. But I was talking to Tomcat after the game, and he said, like, yeah, I was just glad you played Galzian, because I feel like I can do best against them, so, you know, just Galzian problems. But I wanted to play it. I feel the most comfortable with Galzian. I like them more than Conf, even if sometimes maybe they're not not quite as viable. I still enjoy them more. So that's the setup going in here. You'd see me moving out my production cruiser, my base runner. Tomcat, meanwhile, what is he going to be doing? Going for sandskimmer fabrication as well, but a little bit later than me. Looks like a pretty standard start for both of us, though. And he is going to double produce RU salvagers here. Production cruiser stays at home. No, it starts to move out now. Actually got the healing turned on his carry. That's probably a misclick. I think he wanted it in mobility support, but we'll see what happens. So I tossed the scanner back here, because obviously I'm looking for that base runner, or for the blast drones and stuff like that. I don't want to come around that side. Then I'm really just worried about that side, but I see the base runner right here, so no trick's gonna get pulled right there. And this is pretty atypical for me against Conf. I don't usually do this type of build, so this might have caught Tomcat off guard a little bit. That's kind of the hope. He's going to be producing sand skimmers himself, one blast drone on the way in this base runner here. And you can see by me getting fleet cap 45, I am invested in pushing this a little bit further. But I choose to fall back here, seeing that he's back with his carrier there. I've done some good damage to the base runner. That's obviously not healable, as we know. And I feel okay about this, that I can now back away. So I head over onto his second, just want to make sure he's off of that. Meanwhile, I'm going to be opening up my second wreck bulkhead here, and I should have a fairly comfortable game from this point. In fact, this game's still fresh on my mind. I just played it this morning. I was recording it too, right? Because I want to make a, my screen video for this tournament. And I think I said the exact same thing when I got in this position. Like, okay, I should have a pretty comfortable game from here, right? Tomcat going into assault ship fabrication right here, and he is actually going to push out with that production cruiser. I spot the blast drone here. I was quite happy with this. Obviously, I don't want any blast drone shenanigans to go down, so if I can kill this thing, that'd be very nice. If not, at least I can, slow down that push a little bit. But I know that there are sand skimmers out here in the middle, so I need to be careful, make sure I don't get flanked or anything. What I did not notice was that the production cruiser was on the way down here, and I check in here to see tech. I don't see any tech, so I think, okay, I'm fine then. Not going to be any kind of a rush, but I don't know where the production cruiser is, but I had seen it there previously, and I figure it's just still there. That's not the case, and he is in fact pushing out with that thing. And that's going to be pretty relevant in just a second. This was definitely a pretty bad misread for me, but I thought I was safe to go for a bit of a macro game, and I was ahead because here I'm on the wreck bulkhead and he's not. Tom picks up an artifact right there, wants to extract it. Got a couple sand skimmers, but I'm certainly not going to be able to deny this. He also has 5 skimmers of his own right here. Railgun fabrication on the way for me now. But Tomcat already beginning to produce some assault ships out of that production cruiser, and that's obviously big problems for me. I'm definitely not ready for this at all. I am going to get an artifact extraction, which is going to be a little bit helpful, but that's not good for me at all. And in fact, when I came over here, I misread this. I didn't think there was any tech on that carrier. You can see that module definitely popped out, so I should know that it's on the way, but I was unaware. Tomcat pops out with the production cruiser. One assault ship is already out here. Second one just popped. So I'm going to try to move the salvagers, but he's actually not using mobility support. I thought he was, which would give him like a speed boost here, but I guess I just got away really badly, and the carrier block is not there. 4 salvagers go down, and at this point it's looking pretty terrible. Already this is not a good game. I'm sure you can tell. So I'm just on a massive route right here. Fortunately, I have the sand skimmer numbers, so I can get out of this side. And curiously, at this point, Tomcat actually told me, "Hey, just so you know, it's not over." Like I think he said "not over" in chat or something like that, because he wanted me to stay in the game. Like he didn't think I was done for just yet. I thought that was kind of interesting. And I suppose, like, technically I could win from here, but this is definitely not a winning position. And now look at this. This had me so sad, but it's a very good move. The blast drone comes in here onto the salvagers right when the railgun pops, and so he's going to come in and takes out the railgun, so That was also pretty unfortunate. I think if the railgun had stayed up there, there's a good chance I can keep these guys alive for a while. But that's really kind of like the final nail in the coffin. I'm also not really microing particularly well here, but that's sort of a small deal. But yeah, that's the final nail in the coffin, and the game's going to drag on for a while here, but it's pretty obvious to everyone that the game is really over right now. So I'm actually just going to fast forward a little bit here. Just because, you know, we could watch this for a long time, but Tomcat makes the right moves. You know, he plays it very safe, and he's going to win this one for sure. He's going to take out the production cruiser now, and he does have mobility support powered up at this point. Off it goes. So the right move, in case you didn't know, is to keep the assault ships down here so that you can keep doing damage to your opponent. Take the production cruiser back, go eco, and then hit them with air. That's what he's doing, so he's getting interceptor fabrication right here. So if you ever find yourself in this position and you damage your opponent a lot, just think, well, what's he going to do to counter this? What can I do to counter that? Because I'm obviously going to be faster. So by the time his counter to my assault ships hits the field, I should have the next unit, which in this case is going to be air. He could even do railgun fabrication, I think, but he doesn't even need to. Second extraction will come down for me, and this is pretty handy. It means that I've got a lot of power in my carrier to hold this off. So you see I power up 2 in range, 2 in weapons here, and I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage to these assault ships, so they can't stay in there. You see me microing myself just quite a lot to try and keep them alive. This guy goes down to, yeah, well, he is a novice, I guess, but he goes down to 71 HP. But air units already beginning to be produced, yeah. You can these assault ships on the other side, but again, you're going to micro those salvagers away from danger. And it seems a little sloppy from Tom. That guy lives with 5 HP, are you kidding me? Anyway, it seems a little sloppy from Tomcat to not come in at the same time. He finally realizes he can come in together there, but still, I'm able to hold this off. But I mean, it really should not matter. It's not going to matter in this case. I'm going to be able to kill this base runner not before he gets the extraction out. Oh, and he's going to be able to make a blast run too, isn't he? So air units are getting launched now by Tomcat, and you can see I'm going to split my salvagers as best I can. I also saw the 2 blast drones. I know exactly what that means. So I'm just going to try to keep these guys alive as long as I can, but I mean, it should be pretty obvious to everyone that the game is over at this point, yeah. I just don't have anything to handle this. To handle this? Yes, yeah, there's how you see that. Handle this with, there we go. Got it eventually. Production cruiser finally comes out, so this gives a little bit of AA, but once the interceptors recharge, they're going to be able to come and snipe it, so that's also not going to be a respite for very long, is it? I didn't realize another blast drone was coming out there. I don't know if you saw that. Okay, so here come the interceptors. They take out. Oh, that's a little fast even for me. Let's slow it down just a little bit. So an extraction goes down here, so I'm actually on 3 artifacts, so I have quite a lot of carrier power, but Tomcat actually accidentally moving his carrier out a little bit. But you see he's gotten siege cruiser fabrication now, and he's going to produce one of those immediately. Having lost another production cruiser, I'm just way too far behind here to be able to recover. I'm getting missile ship fabrication, and that's nice, but fortunately for me, Tom doesn't seem interested in taking out the production cruiser, but he's still going to get a lot of salvager kills off like this. And once I see the siege cruiser right here, I know, you know, there's no chance at this point. And so I choose to surrender. So that was a pretty nice win from Tomcat. What happened to me was just that I didn't scout that really properly. So I came in with, like, I have these guys here. If he's going for an eco build, he's going to take the second base, right? So he'll push me out of there. And I also did actually see the assault ship tech the second time I came in, but what I really should have been looking for is where's the production cruiser? And if it's not at home, get railgun fabrication, start making them. So that was definitely an avoidable loss, but I kind of, I didn't really play that properly. So hopefully you won't make the same mistake as me. But I still feel fine about my chances of getting into the elimination bracket. Obviously, I'm not really worried about that. But good game to Tomcat. Good strategy. Worked in this case. And we will see you in the next video.